To truly understand the God-man, I needed to explore Jesus and miracles. I didn't want to study the miracles and how they affected others, but what the miracles meant to Jesus and why he performed so many. My journey began at Bethsaida, a large fishing village discovered right off the Sea of Galilee, at the site of the feeding of the 5,000.
Bethsaida is a place of fishing with nets.
This would primarily be a fishing town?
It was primarily a fishing town because it was very close to the Sea of Galilee.
So who would have come from this area?
In John chapter 1 it says, now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. So 3 of the apostles were from here.
One of the most compelling and powerful aspects of Jesus was his ability to perform miracles. Jesus did everything from healing leprosy and paralysis and pain and bleeding and fever, to calming storms and exorcising demons, and curing blindness, and even reviving the dead.
Seeing those miracles happen had to be amazing for those witnessing them. But I wondered, what would it be like to have that kind of power?
Jesus' power to heal. There are 2 views held by perfectly orthodox theologians on that. One is he sometimes used his divine attributes to heal, and the other is that he never did. He just submitted to the Father, and the Father gave him the authority to do it. I hold the second view because I think it diminishes the biblical view of his humanity to say that he was pulling rank.
The feeding of the 5,000 is the only miracle besides the resurrection which is covered in all 4 Gospels. It's a huge feat, defying all natural laws of time, space, and food preparation.
This town could not supply enough food for 5,000.
So he's kind of saying, by being right near here, there's enough here of me to feed this entire town, and this is one of the largest towns around?
Yes, yes.
Miracles like the feeding of the 5,000 were necessary for Jesus. He needed them to state his case that he was the Son of God. Anyone could claim that they're God, but we would demand some proof from them. Jesus' ability to control the physical world is the proof that we would need to accept him as God.
The miracles Jesus did were predicted, number 1, so they were necessary to fulfill prophecy. Number 2, they were necessary to confirm who he was. Clearly, he connected his miraculous claims with who he was. When John the Baptist went and asked, "Who are you?" through his disciples, he said, "Tell John, the blind are seeing, the lame are walking, and the dead are being raised." The Son of God is confirmed by acts of God.
Well, the miracles had a dangerous side effect too: crowds. Whether it was in the countryside of Galilee or the streets of Jerusalem, when Jesus healed, crowds formed. Well, crowds are good because a large audience has experienced Jesus, but it's possible that they could turn into magic acts and shows and performances.
I don't think he really enjoyed the razzle-dazzle of the miracles, but I think he enjoyed doing good.
Jesus would never perform miracles just to entertain people. The Pharisees and Sadducees tested Jesus by asking him to show them a sign from heaven. He rebuked such a request.
He never did a miracle to satisfy anyone's curiosity. He never did a miracle to say, well, that guy doesn't recognize who I am, I'll zap him here with a miracle. He did miracles because it was necessary for his mission, it was predicted.
Every miracle he performed really helped people out. And so because Jesus always enjoyed pointing people to the Father, I think he enjoyed those miracles tremendously.
I think if I had the power to perform miracles, it would shift my perspective from other people to me. I would begin to enjoy that power and expect more respect. I wouldn't come to serve others, I would want them to serve me.
But I don't see Jesus losing his perspective. Many of the miracles I read about began with compassion.
He feels the heart of God, and he's driven by compassion, which is sometimes this combination of anger and grief and love. And to me, the healing is not the issue for him. It's the person. He's looking at a creation that he knows he created, and yet the creation is so magnificent, so individual.
Jesus gave life to others through his miracles, but they ultimately led to his death. He was eventually crucified because he performed miracles on the Sabbath. But his compassion for people caused him to risk his life, all for the sake of healing those he loved.